Hey, big cat, welcome to my therapy. This ain't your ordinary world, it's extraordinary. See, I'm a high priestess, light walker, here to guide your way through the waves of life. We'll find a new path to embrace. Tarot, astrology, numerology in our hands. No weapon formed against you shall ever stand. We're winners, we never quit, we always keep on going. Quitters never win, but we're always growing. Hey there, big cat, let's chase the highest vibration. Together we'll create a new world, a brand new nation.
Air sign Sun Moon Rising to July to the 8th of July 2024 full version on my YouTube channel Frequency Phonics 555.
Astrology, Big Cat Wave, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising. The planetary hot topics to add to your almanac over the next 7 days. On the 2nd of July, Neptune's retrograde begins in Pisces for about 5 months. Neptune is dignified in Pisces. Question any illusions and reconnect with your spiritual essence. Avoid escapist behaviors. Embrace reality with clarity. Use meditation or journaling to delve into your inner self and gain insights. On the 3rd, Mercury enters Leo for about 2 weeks. With Mercury in Leo, communication becomes more expressive and confident. Share your ideas boldly, but be mindful not to come across as too domineering. Use your eloquence to inspire others and consider leading creative projects or group activities. On the 4th, the Moon in Gemini squares Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is dignified in Pisces. Expect mental fog and potential misunderstandings today. Double check communications and be clear in your expressions. Stay grounded and avoid impulsive decisions based on unclear information. Distinguish between fantasy and reality. On the 5th, we have the new moon in Cancer. The moon is dignified in Cancer. Set new intentions related to home, family, and emotional well-being during this new moon. Start fresh by initiating a home project or spending quality time with loved ones. Reflect on your emotional needs and set goals that nurture your inner self. Plant seeds for growth. Please watch my new moon in Cancer video for its effect on each sun, moon, and rising sign. On the 6th, the moon in Cancer is conjunct Venus in Cancer. Both the moon and Venus are dignified in Cancer. Today highlights love, beauty, and emotional connections. It's a wonderful day for romance, creative projects, or self-care. Strengthen relationships by expressing your feelings and enjoying quality time together. On the 7th, the moon in Leo sextiles Jupiter in Gemini. Embrace optimism and joy in your interactions today. Take the opportunity to expand your knowledge and learn something new. Share your enthusiasm and positive outlook with others. Seek out social gatherings or events where you can shine. On the 8th, Venus in Cancer sextiles Uranus in Taurus. Venus is dignified in Cancer. Pleasant surprises and spontaneous moments are forecasted in relationships and finances. Be open to new experiences that enhance your life. Break free from routine and take a risk on something unconventional, whether it's a new investment, creative project, or a different way of expressing affection. Please stay tuned in for the tarot reading to follow. Big Cat Wave! Namaste! Grand Rising Big Cat Air Signs. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your messages for the next 7 days. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Big Cat Wave. Just the one, darling dears, just the one. Your runestone is Taiwas, darling dears. It's represented by the Justice card in Tarot on its forehead, darling dears. So it speaks about some kind of argument, fight, stress, strife, or possibly stupidity, darling dears, on your part or maybe someone else's. Maybe you're going to have to look at your behaviors over the next 7 weeks. You're going to have to be more self-aware of how you act. Because justice is Libra energy, darling. It is the 7th house, the house of one-to-one relationships. Maybe you'll be re-evaluating relationships, looking at the power dynamics within a relationship over the next 7 days. Okay. On the runestones, justice is represented by the number 17, and in tarot, as I said, it's it's the number 11. It speaks about if you're having it could also represent something legal, darling. There's a legal situation that's not going the way that you expected, or somebody's actually divorced from a situation, organization. It could also represent someone leaving a job. Or it could be someone finding out people's character around them is shady bogady. This is about isolating yourself, being more self-aware, darling dears, needing no outside validation for yourself over the next 7 days. Okay. Justice is Libra energy, and Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus in Libra makes you more artistic. It also speaks about, yes, you want partnerships, but you want partnerships on the same level. Okay. So this is about Venus. Let me get the card so we can continue to remind ourselves the energy that you have behind you over the next 7 days. So Taiwan's justice energy on its forehead. As I was saying, this is also looking like Taurian energy with the bull horns, but in the reverse. So it could also speak about your finances, darling dears. Taurus energy, the 2nd house, is about your income. And again, I believe somebody's either leaving a job. It could be through promotion, toxic work environment, but moving on, darling dears. Validating yourself, self-validation through your achievements. Okay, let's press on. Let's see the oracle ancestral message around this particular peccadillo. Good golly and gosh, came right out. Okay, watch your words. Didn't I say you're going to have to guard your words, darling dears? This is about self-awareness. Don't allow yourself to be driven to fury. Remember, the only person that anger truly hurts is self. Yes, darling dears, it could break a friendship, a relationship. It could cause you to be excommunicated from your place of business, your job. Guard your words. And we've got a lot of sacral chakra as well as solar plexus energy. It also speaks about guarding your ego as well over the next 7 days. Your ego is not your amigo. Remember, I told you that. Good golly and gosh, we've got Apollo energy on its forehead, darling dears. On its forehead. Messages not going through, darling dears. Be careful of all your communications over the next 7 days. Make sure that you correct them or go over them with a fine-tooth comb. Apollo rules the moon, Pisces energy. Pisces is Neptune energy. Yes, it does, darling dears. Yes, it does. Neptune again is the 12th house. Yes, baby. Hidden enemies. So an enemy is going to be brought to the forefront, darling dears. It also speaks about some kind of spell work, negative words. It's about to be averted. Return to sender styly over the next 7 days. Someone trying to block a rebirth of you, darling dears, a new beginning. They don't want you to feel successful. Okay. But you're going to get to the clarity and truth of the situation, darling dears. Pay attention to your intuition and your dreams. It's giving you guidance over the next 7 days. Okay. To the decks. Oh, let's go to an intuitive deck first, because the negative energies that's being sent at you. We're going to go with the blue. I'm going to go with the blue cards. Okay, the elastic band is still intact, so you're keeping your circle tight and right, or you're realizing that certain things have to leave your circle. Okay, yeah, you're living rent free in their mind, darling dears. You've taken up purchase, right? Can't be alone. I must get low hanging fruit, darling dears. So misery loves company. And they are going to achieve some kind of ego death over the next 7 days, or maybe even you, darling dears. Listen, you have to remember, in order to rise and change, you have to come to self-actualization, self-realization, in order to move up a level, darling dears. Something about Father, Godmother, Isis. So you are being spiritually and divinely guided, as well as protected over the next 7 days. Love it. Some of you are also leaning more towards the spiritual side, darling dears, realizing possibly the ego was wrapped up in the 3D mind, the 3D world, realizing there's more than meets the eye, darling dears. Not everything is for the eye to see, it's for the soul to feel, and for you to use your intuition and discernment to move through for the best and highest outcome for all, darling dears, whether good or bad. That is all dependent on personal choice and actions. Let's get a deck. Let's get a deck. Base of your deck, darling dears. Again, moon energy, high priestess energy, darling dears. As I was saying, Ty was Venus energy. You could be a life path 6 or master number 33. So you are a master teacher, possibly teaching lessons or learning the lessons, darling dears. A teacher, a true teacher, is always an eternal student. The letters F, the number 6 is ruled by 15, 20, and 6, 15, and 24. The letters F, O, and X. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. And the letters U, V, and W. You are healing a situation. You've got a natural humor. But it's about your nurturation, darling dears. Giving it to self. Your luckiest numbers over the next few days will be the 3, 6, and 9. Your luckiest days will be Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Avoid the numbers 1, 5, and 7. The number 6 is supported by the astrological aspect of a sextile. And we love a sextile because it creates ability, darling dears. Ability to produce results. The energy is easy flowing. It's about what? Supporting harmonious relationships. And again, you'll be looking at your circle over the next 7 days, darling dears, realizing who could be the what? The one that drives you to fury, darling dears, the gossip monger, the one that doesn't truly support you, the one who's trying to poke holes in your boat, darling dears. It also speaks about, with the energy of the 6, you're going to be more family orientated, wanting to nurture and build those bonds over the next 7 days. Yeah. Some of you are going to be feeling more extroverted, communication, going out there, meeting new people, new associates. It's about you shining and sharing your light, your own certain je ne sais quoi, and being appreciated for it. Venus energy is about love, beauty, romance. It could also speak about how you express yourself to those that are near and dearest to you. Okay. So, now that we've got that out, let's see, what's your relationships going to be like over the next 7 days? Good golly and gosh. We've got the 3 of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Somebody's moving on from a situation, darling dears. Yeah. Moving on from a situation. It's also about a situation that they've been planned, plotting, and strategizing. Yeah. Cup run off over, darling dears. Moving on.
Yeah, from a situation that was volatile, a relationship. It could also speak about gossip. It could speak about fighting, disloyalty. Yeah, because people, this person or people was always what? Running with that cup of intel to other people. This is about you walking away from a relationship. One's energy could also speak about a job, darling dears. No longer comfortable in a situation. Lots of one's energy out here. So it speaks about the spiritual side. You're leaning towards it, listening to your higher self. Fire energy is represented by Archangel Michael. Call on him at any time. This is about you taking what? Positive actions towards the visions that you hold, darling dears, moving forward. One's energy is about shining, darling dears. You're going to be extremely charismatic over the next 7 days. It also speaks about travel. Travel could be also represent the communication. Your communication, as I said, you're going to be shining bright, and it's going to be well received, darling dears. Making new contacts, but moving away from what no longer serves you. Actually realizing, using intuition, discernment. Maybe you've even got a file, darling dears. You're not allowing slights to slide over the next 7 days. This is quick movement, darling dears. Coming to a firm decision. Yes, it's going to cause the ego death of one or many, and they will want a second chance, darling dears. But you're looking at your options, looking at the past and how it influenced you, your emotions, fire energy, being in low vibration mode, darling dears. You're going to create new opportunities for yourself going forward in your finances, your mental health. It also speaks about helping hands, new beginnings all the way around, darling dears. But it's fledgling. Yeah, you're still at planning stage, but you're still going to be able to focus. Some of you are going to be making future plans around your finances, darling dears. It could also speak about getting advice from different people, maybe a financial planner, or you see how somebody rolls, darling dears, and you, as I said, changing up your circle, going around people that can inspire you to do more or to go further in whatever your choice of field or practice is. Yeah, because you're the baddest of them all. Empress energy, you know your worth and you've added tax, making the right choice. It also speaks about this harmony. You also have a love of art or beauty, definitely using your creativities. Use the creativities over the next 7 days to bring you clarity, maybe in nature, by a body of water, or a relaxing hobby, darling dears. What about this negative, passionate energy that wants to roll up on you, darling dears? What about that energy? It fell into my lap. Disappointment to their core, darling dears. This is about you what? Emotionally checking out of a situation, darling dears. And you're keeping it locked in, mate. You said what you said, and you said it with your chest. 2 4s on the tableau, darling dears, in juxtapose, means that you are about to what? Release yourself from those shaky foundations. Yeah, it was all confusing, darling dears, confusing. Lots of gossip, arguments, subterfuge, bull swanky. This is about freeing yourself mentally, emotionally, as well as physically in order to what? Gain some kind of new level of spiritual purchase, darling dears. I told you, Father, God, Mother, Isis, you are being divinely guided. Underneath that, it's got pick a yellow card, darling dears. Pick a yellow card and look what fell out at the same time. The 10 of Pentacles. You're going for more solid. You're looking for loyalty, but the loyalty has to come from within. Let's get the yellow card. Cadeau. Yeah, but definitely leaning into your creativities, darling dears. Networking, coming out of yourself, darling dears. All right, karmic lesson. Somebody's I told you you're the spiritual teacher. Somebody's going to get that karmic lesson. It's like a kick in the spiritual nutsack, darling dears. This Jezebel spirit. Revelations 2:20. Where's my shade? Good golly and gosh. Oh, here it is. Yeah, like I said. Take number 2. Revelations 2:20. The Jezebel spirit, darling dears. Son or daughter of Pennywise the Clown. They're getting a kick in the spiritual nutsack, are they? Good golly and gosh, there we go further. Why not, eh? Realizing that they're monitoring spirits, darling dears. Monitoring to try and break you from the inside out. Again, we have the energy of the 4. 4 speaks about what? Creating a more stability in your life, more structure, and in manifestation mode. Number 4 is ruled by Leo. as well as Aquarius energy. 5th house, your time to shine, darling dears. It also speaks about romance and dating. Yeah, whoever's in the past, you're not having it. No spinning the block, blood, bra, or sistering, darling dears. You are not committed to anything that's not committed to you. And this is what? Yeah, people that are broke pocketers. Buddy, have you got a dime, darling dears? Or broke of spirit, darling dears? Broke of integrity. Yeah, divination. They may be getting readings on you, but you getting readings on yourself. You're not interested in anything. You may even be into divination. You could be a reader, darling dears. But your situation is about to change. If you've been feeling drudgerous, darling dears, or you felt like your gangster wasn't on point, right? Look, spiritual court is you're in release. You're in release. You're no longer stuck, darling dears. Whatever you've got your finger in, whichever pie, darling dears, expected to blossom. We saw the what? Culminations of your hard efforts, darling dears. Loyalty, Pentacles could also represent online. But definitely a business, definitely a new job, definitely new level of networking. But remember, not everybody deserves that generous title as friend. They have to earn that title, darling dears. They have to earn it. Let's get a final card, then we're off to get great. Final card. Whatever you're seeking is seeking you, and the energy of the 4. That's 4, 4, 4. 4 on the tableau, darling dears. Good golly and gosh, lean in, bestie. Lean in. That means what? The 4 corners of a stable foundation. The archway is the portal, the doorways, the opportunities are opening up to you. For some, it's going to be romance, darling dears. For others, business partnerships, a new job. Yeah. Because of the income, darling dears, the energy of the 2 and 7 is a 9, and that speaks about the culmination, fruition, highly spiritual number. So, wherever you were stuck in, darling dears, you've got the high honor card. This is the God card on the Kipper deck. 2 times. Balance and duality is coming around in your favor over the next 7 days. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, my Patreon, or my TikToks, where I also upload videos. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke it. Don't smoke yourself, blood. It'll kill up my blood clot. Yeah, if you're smoking, put down that whatever it is you are burning up, darling dears. Anyhow, somebody's going to stumble on their words, darling dears. You're going to confront someone, but in a nice way. Catch them in their own lie, and they will stammer and stutter over their words. And you are going to catch that look. You know that look that's unguarded when they're looking at you? Hidden enemies are about to be revealed. Pay attention, darling dears. Pay attention. Use the energy to separate yourself and move towards what you truly deserve. Because the validation comes from within, and you change your vibrating frequency. And not only are you healing, you're learning, teacher, master teacher styling, but you are on the frequency to attract what you truly deserve on this Malkuth. So, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, 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 cat. Big cat wave.